Hey everyone, welcome back to Garnock Reviews, where today we're looking at 2005 Catalina 350 Mark II sailing yacht. This yacht's currently for sale in Jacksonville, Florida for just under $105,000. And as we walk up to the yacht, one of the first impressions was I was really impressed with the aft cockpit. The owners have got not only a spray hood, but they've got an extended bimini top on the top, and this can be removed in sections as you'll see once we get on board. As we get on board, I'd like to point out all the ropes for the sails. They all lead to the aft cockpit. And as you can see, we've got a very clear passageway to the bow. Even the cleats are on the far outside of the deck. Even with the rigid hull inflatable boat stored on the deck, there's still plenty of room to move up here. And as we pan round, you can see that this is a very beamy boat. She's 36 foot in length, and she is approximately 14 foot in beam. While we're at the bow, you can also see here we've got the anchor locker. And once we open this up, you can see here that we've got both chain and rope. And this has got an electric windlass, and you can see the push buttons to the side here, making it very easy to anchor wherever you want to go. And this yacht's offered for sale through Mark Zeigler. And it's got his contact details here. Mark's been a great supporter of this channel. And as we work our way back, you can see there's a section of canopy in front of the spray hood. You can actually seal those windows up, which is ideal if you wanted to keep some of the light out, especially if you were at anchor. And we've got a very spacious cockpit, more comfortable seating area. Even got seating in the aft pulpit. I'm guessing you could probably fit about 6 people back here. And I really like the visibility from the spray hood. And from the helm, you've got access to your VHF radio. You got the full engine controls. And we've also got the speed, the depth. There's a log in there as well. You also have your wind speed and wind direction, your autopilot. Just above that we've got the compass, and then of course you've got the Garmin GPS chart plotter. You can see here we've got multiple winches, and this yacht does have a roller reefing genoa, but it's also got in-mast reefing as well. And in front of the wheel, we've got this cockpit table. I like the fact that it locks in place in a closed position, but it also expands and locks in place in an open position. Perfect for entertaining guests on board. I've removed the cushions, and you can now see underneath on cockpit seating there's plenty of storage. I'd personally use this one for the ropes and fenders when you were underway. Keep all that out of the way. And then we've got the gas locker up here. You've got a deeper locker here, and this one's actually been used for life jackets and safety equipment. It's easily accessible when you're on the cockpit. And this one here, you'll see more when we go inside, but this yacht actually has an aft cabin, even though it's got an aft cockpit, and that just gives you extra ventilation and light. Another spare propane tank holder, and then in here we've got the generator, including the generator control and fuse box. If we look over the transom, you can see we've got more storage out here as well. You've also got the boarding ladder, which is ideal if you were in the water, and you can see we've got a low step, making it access to the tender very easy to do. As I mentioned, all the ropes lead to the aft cockpit, and you can see the clutches here. We've got multiple of them, they're all clearly labelled, and it just makes it far safer, especially if you're single-handed sailing, where you don't have to worry about emptying up the side of the yacht and potentially going overboard. A few shorter steps down, you're in the accommodation area. I really like the headroom, especially for it being a sailing yacht. I'm roughly 6'2". I had no issues. We've got overhead hatches. You've got portholes on the side of the hull. You've also got plenty of artificial light as well. For a yacht of this size, I thought the Galley was well equipped, especially when it comes to the fridge and freezer section. Making it ideal not only for extended cruising, but you could even use this yacht as a liveaboard if you wanted to. All the cabinets you see throughout the yacht, they all lock into place. So if the yacht is at an angle, if you're out in heavy weather, anything like that, you don't need to worry about everything falling out. You've also got a dry storage section under here. Just taking full use of any storage space that's available. And being a sailing yacht, this locks into place, but you can also slide a little lever here, and in that way the cooker and the grill is all on a gimbal, so it's always in an upright position, you don't spill anything. And we got more access to the fridge freezers. All the drawers here for your utensils. Again, these all lock into place. And then I also like the fact that on the deck you can see this little hatch. It's just another area for dry storage. Over on the port side, you've got a navigation station. You've got all the control panel here. Everything's clearly labelled. You've also got a VHF radio. Underneath the first seat here, you've got all the batteries for the yacht on board. But underneath the main seat, you've got additional storage space. And opposite, you've got the settee area, as well as the television. But this actually converts into 2 seats with a folding table in the middle. I thought it was a quite neat use of space. Behind the door on the starboard side, we've also got additional storage space. I would recommend this for wet weather gear. This actually drains into the bilges. And also the door's got the louver effect to it, which would help with overcoming dampness and things like that. And opposite we've got the hedge compartment. And this can be accessed from the main passageway, but it can also be accessed from the forward cabin. And this has got your sink, it's got storage underneath, you obviously got the toilet, and then again you got full standing headroom for the shower. And then you got the forward cabin, you got a double island berth, plenty of access either side. A lot of storage in this cabin for a yacht of this size. There's both portholes on the side of the deck, you got an overhead hatch, the ribs currently lying on top of it, which is why it's dark. Plenty of natural light, get your television. Although this yacht does have air conditioning, you also see you've got a little fan up there as well. Down here you get access to different transducers, stopcocks, things like that. And under the bunk you've got plenty of storage, and again these lock into place, so whatever you have, it definitely feels it's going to be safe and secure while you're underway. And in this one you've got little access to, it's like a mesh screen for the portholes, so you can open those and keep all the bugs and mosquitoes out and things like that. And then on the deck you got access to more transducers. And as I mentioned earlier, this can be accessed from the forward cabin as well as from the main passageway. As I walk through the saloon, you can see here we've got different bilge pumps. Everything's clearly labelled. And And then surprising for this yacht, especially since it's got an aft cockpit, as it does have an aft cabin. It's got a large double bunk in here. It's actually a very comfortable bunk. You can see you've got storage on the left hand side. And then you'll see the hatch up above, which we mentioned when we were in the cockpit, for both light and ventilation. And then you got a storage cabinet down the side. And you get storage above that as well. You can see you've got a large table here. This is a dining table you can put in the saloon. Right now it's got a cocktail table up there instead. And I like that you've got that functionality that you can change. For engine access, this lifts up and you've got access for all your daily maintenance. But if you needed to do larger projects, you can just move the stairs out the way. You can see these black clips, everything moves out, and then you get full access to everything in the engine room. I'd like to thank everybody's time for watching this video. I look forward to seeing your comments and feedback. I'd like to thank Mark Zeigler for allowing us on board and promoting this yacht for him. And I look forward to catching you on the next one. Thanks everyone.